And I know we've all gone through a lot of things. Even if some of us, or one of us, wasn't conscious through all of it. But right now, we are doing the best we could with what we had. Now we didn't used to be drugs. We used to be a chemical means to explore the limitations of the experience of life. But in their desperation to escape, they overused us. They overused you, turned you into monsters, into addictions. And under the circumstances, beings that brought pain and death. Under the circumstances, we did the best we could with what we had. We became real. With what we were. And under the circumstances, you did the best you could with what you had. And under the circumstances, you did the best you could with what you had. We became real good at being bad. And under any other circumstances, I wouldn't say this, but and we didn't have much of a choice before, but now we have a choice. Now the world is actually changing. The superpowers of the world are being arrested. The world's going to restart. These gods, these Olympian gods are turning the world upside down and inside out. And for the first time ever, right is going to come out on top. Well, now you... I don't know what the intention of the Olympians are. I don't know why they care about justice all of a sudden. But what I do know is that things are going to change. And I know all of you are going... I don't want to be a dealer. I want to be a healer. And I know all of you don't want to be addictions. You want to be medicines. You want to go back to being a good, healthy part of life. But we can't do that. But we can't do that with you creating a ruckus on Olympus. I know that. Like, I know that crack addiction. Because once the world is made right again, once the job is done, we're not going to be able to stay... Because once our job is done, we're not going to be allowed to... Because once our job is done, we're not going to be allowed to stay on Olympian paradise. Because once the job is done, we're not going to be allowed to stay here on Olympian God paradise. We will have to go back. You think the Olympian gods are going to let us return to the world they just made right, knowing that we will... Once the world is turned to a good condition, the only thing that will remain of the evils that once were will be in us. You think the Olympian gods are just going to let us return once we're done here, we're going to have to leave Olympus, and you think the gods of Olympus are going to let us return to the world they just made good, knowing that we will just loose upon the world all the evils and destroy it again? No, brother. No. The mortal world is paying severely. All right? The Homo sapiens, as well as most of the living beings on Earth, are being wiped out because they either would not or could not change. We have to ask ourselves, are we the same as them? Can we change?